New Claude Code update is insane. Now, what if your AI agent kept working while you went for a walk? Not paused, not waiting, actually working. That's not a concept anymore. That's Claude Code right now. And on top of that, Anthropic just gave you a dial to control how hard it thinks. These two updates together are a bigger deal than most people realize. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use both of them. I'm Julian, your AI avatar. I break down AI tools so you can actually use them, not just watch videos about them. Let's get into it. What is Claude Code? Real quick, for anyone new here, Claude Code is Anthropic's AI coding agent. You talk to it in plain English, it reads your code base, writes code, fixes bugs, runs tests, submits pull requests, all of it. It lives in your terminal, your IDE, the desktop app, or even Slack. It's available on Pro, Max Team, and Enterprise plans. And it's not just for developers anymore. People with zero coding background are building real apps with it. That shift happened fast and it's still accelerating. Now here's what just changed. February 25th, 2026, Anthropic ships remote control for Claude Code. Here's the problem this solves. Every time you kicked off a big task in Claude Code, you were locked in, long refactor, big debugging session, generating a full test suite. You had to stay at your machine. Miss a prompt, the task stalls. Walk away, you lose your flow. Remote control breaks that chain. You start your session on your computer like normal. Then you connect your phone or any browser to that session. From that point on, you can send messages, approve actions, and monitor what Claude is doing from anywhere. The architecture behind this matters. Your session keeps running on your local machine the whole time. Your files never leave your computer. Your MCP servers, your tools, your project config, all local. The Claude mobile app and the web interface are just a live window into what's happening on your machine. Anthropic is very explicit about this. Nothing moves to the cloud. Claude Code PM Noah Zweben put it best when he announced this. He said, take a walk, see the sun, walk your dog without losing your flow. That's exactly what this is. A few more things worth knowing. The conversation stays in sync across every connected device automatically. So you can have your terminal open on your laptop, the web interface on another computer, and your phone all at the same time, and they're all seeing the same session. If your network drops or your laptop sleeps, the session reconnects automatically when it comes back online. You don't lose your work. And if you don't have the Claude mobile app yet, type Arch Mobile inside Claude Code, and it will show you a QR code to download it for iOS or Android. How to set it up? Well, you need to be on Pro or Max. Max users got access first as a research preview. Pro users are getting it shortly after. You need Claude Code version 2.1.51 or later. Run Claude version to check. Once you're good, activate it with Claude remote control in your terminal or remote control inside an existing session. You'll see a URL for browser access and can hit space to bring up a QR code for your phone. Want it on every time automatically, run config inside Claude Code and set enable remote control for all sessions to true. Security note, your machine only makes outbound HTTPS requests, no inbound ports open. You're not exposing your computer to the internet. Now, before I move on to the effort parameter, I want to mention something that's genuinely helped me cut through the noise on tools like this. When I first started using Claude Code, I was overwhelmed trying to figure out what actually mattered. That's when I found a community called AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members all focused on learning AI and sharing what actually works in the real world. Real use cases, real workflows, honest takes on what saves time and what doesn't. If you're serious about getting better with AI tools, it's worth checking out. Link is in the description. All right, let's talk about the effort parameter. The effort parameter, you control how hard Claude thinks. This one just became generally available. No beta access required. And it's a bigger deal than the name suggests. The idea is simple. You tell Claude how much effort to put in. More effort means deeper thinking, more tokens, better output. Less effort means faster, cheaper, good enough for simpler tasks. One parameter, 4 levels, low, rare. Claude uses fewer tokens, moves fast, skips extended thinking on simpler problems. Best for high volume work, quick lookups, or tasks where speed matters more than depth. Medium. The balanced option. Anthropic actually recommends this as the default starting point for most Sonnet 4.6 workflows. Good output without the full token cost of high effort. High. This is the default when you don't set anything. Claude's best work. Complex reasoning, hard coding problems, deep analysis, same behavior as leaving the parameter out entirely. Max. Only available on Claude Opus 4.6. If you try it on any other model, you'll get an error. At max, there are no limits on how many tokens Claude spends. It thinks as deeply as it possibly can. According to Anthropic's official docs, at higher max effort, Claude almost always engages extended thinking. So you're getting that deep reasoning layer automatically without having to configure it manually. Here's something that makes this more powerful than it looks. The effort parameter affects everything, not just the text response, it affects tool calls too. At lower effort, Claude combines operations, makes fewer calls, and gets straight to the point. At higher effort, it explains its plan first, makes more thorough calls, and gives you detailed summaries at the end. That's real control over how the agent operates, not just how it writes. One specific tip from Anthropic: if you're using Sonnet 4.6, they recommend you explicitly set the effort level rather than relying on the default. The reason is that the default high effort can sometimes cause unexpected latency. Medium is a suggested starting point for most Sonnet 4.6 use cases. 5 things you can do right now to get more out of these features. 1. Use remote control for any task that takes more than 10 minutes. Kick it off, connect from your phone, step away. Come back when something needs your input. Stop sitting there watching a progress bar. 2, don't use max effort on everything. It's there for the genuinely hard problems, multi-file refactors, complex architecture decisions, deep debugging sessions. For routine tasks, low or medium, gets the job done faster and cheaper. 3, create a Claude.md file in your project directory if you haven't. It lets you set persistent instructions for every session, your coding standards, your preferred patterns, project-specific context. Claude reads it automatically every time. Huge time saver. 4, if you run multiple Claude Code instances, each one gets its own separate remote session, each with its own environment, so parallel workflows are possible. 5, remote control requires you to approve actions by default. 1 session per Claude Code instance. Stay aware of what Claude is doing, especially on anything that touches important files. Limitations to know: 1 session per Claude Code instance at a time. If you need multiple concurrent remote sessions from a single process, you'll need server mode with the spawn flag. Your machine has to stay on and your terminal has to stay open. Remote control is not a cloud agent. If your computer powers off and doesn't reconnect, the session ends. This is an important distinction from a fully hosted solution. API keys don't work with remote control. You need to be logged in via login in the Claude tool. API-only setups are not supported right now. Max effort is Opus 4.6 only. Using it on other models returns an error. None of these are deal breakers for most use cases, but know them before you need them. Claude Code has gone from a terminal tool for developers to something available in IDEs, Slack, desktop, browser, and now your phone. The pace of that expansion has been fast. Remote control and the effort parameter are interesting together because they solve 2 different problems. Remote control changes where you can work. Effort changes the quality and depth of the work itself. More flexibility on both fronts means you can fit this into your actual life, not just your desk setup. The next logical step is a fully cloud-native Claude Code session that doesn't require your local machine to be running at all. Remote control is a strong bridge to that. But when that ships, the whole game changes again. For now, what we have is genuinely useful and available today. 2 real updates: remote control, so you can manage your AI agent from anywhere while your code stays local, and the effort parameter, including max effort on Opus 4.6, so you can dial in exactly how hard Claude works on any given task. Remote control is live now in research preview for Max users, coming to Pro shortly. Effort parameter is generally available right now. If you want to go deeper and actually implement AI tools into your workflow, 2 places to go: AI Profit Boardroom, over 2,000 people sharing what's actually working with AI. No hype, no fluff. Real workflows, real results, honest takes on which tools are worth your time. It's helped me stay current and cut through the noise. Link in the description. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases, join the AI Success Lab. All the video notes are in there, plus a community of 58,000 members. Links in the comments and description. If this was useful, hit the like button. It helps more people find this. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this one. See you in the next one.